right? Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites who come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America. And as you can see by the stock market right now, if you're paying attention, look at the stock market. Well, that's Babylon. The stock market is in a free fall. I wish I could look at it right now. All right? Anyway, the Hebrew Israelites come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, the great falling like the stock market right now. To wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Bird. Right? Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, get back in order, because there is absolutely no time left. And get your money out of the bank right now. Get your money out of the bank. All right? First and foremost, and as always, face the east. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and the sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Right? 144,001 the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. I am the brother Yashuan. And I want to address something that the elder apostle said earlier today. He said, I was in the military about 40 years ago. And I mean, that it never goes away and you're always a grunt. But let me clarify something immediately. I'm a soldier for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? But as far as getting out there on the battlefield, I just would not do it. Wouldn't do it for Esau. Would I do it for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Absolutely, right? I would do it. But I'm not that guy. There go the brother, Azariah Allah. The brother, beloved brother, Azariah Allah. Shalom, brother, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kagadash Barakatah. All right. What I do know, well, see, whoo, look at the Jets. The Jets are not where I'm at, but here they are, okay? And again, that jet almost fell out of the sky. Anyway, I have to humble myself. Do I know this much about the military? Yes, because I was in it a long time ago. And then a lot of wars came and went, right? But the point I'm making is that there are some real deal soldiers and killing machines out there, and they, you know, are really about what they do, right? Especially in today. I mean, hell, I went in 83, I was out in 85, honorable and all of that, right? But, I mean, I went in to get some money to go to college. You got people in there that call themselves lifers, right? You come in, oh, I'm in for life, I'm gonna do 20, 30 years, right? And I was like, you know, that wasn't me. But you learn, I mean, the first thing that they do is they give you the MK Ultra. So you do become one of them, right? But whether you're about that life or not, right? There are many, many people that want to go to combat. That's what they're about. And then when you start dealing with Russians and stuff like that, these fighting men, it's a different level of combat, soldier, if you will. And you want to get out there with them, right? Shalom, shalom. Let's see. If I can read that. It says, I didn't do it for Esau either way. Oh, you went in. You were in. Well, thank you for your service that is applying now to Yahweh Bashim. See, because, and I say this, right? I went to get some money so I could get some instruments and go try to be a rock star, that whole thing. And now, years and years and years later, you understand that you were being groomed for your mission, right? And at this point, when you when you see what happened, okay, when you see what happened on the battlefield. All right, here we are. We're in. Let me try to put it in perspective. And I need to read a scripture. Did I even open? I opened. Okay. Uh, let me get. Wow. And I don't have my auxiliary phone, so let me just go from where I know I can get. So let me get this, because the time we're in, those dudes have absolutely no reason to be out there. Who put you out there? This is 2 Ezra 13 and 31. I know that I gotta keep my eye on the brother too, because he beat up, posted something, and I'm asleep. Okay, so 2 Ezra 13, 31, or 30. So look, I'm gonna start at 2 Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And here's the point. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, which is your World War III. So how is it that we're in World War III clearly and visibly, and you got a bunch of clowns who haven't been trained, right? Who don't know how to handle a weapon. You got trained killers out here in let's say, for instance, in the Ukraine. You got trained killers in the Middle East, Jihad and Al Qaeda and all of these guys are mercenaries. This is what they do. Go get a paycheck, and they might get this much money, but that's what they do, and that's what they're about, that, and they know how to fight together. One of the biggest things when you're on the battlefield, right? This is what they teach you going in, is honor and courage, right? Why? Because honor in that you're fighting, right? Being a soldier is more about your family and the guy next to you than it is you. You're not worried about you. If you break down, you're the cause of everybody getting killed. You make a bad decision as a commander, you get every fucking body killed, and that was clearly the case. So when you're a soldier, you're thinking about first your buddy. You're gonna run and grab your buddy up off of the battlefield. This nigga got just a torso and no leg, and you're gonna go grab him and firemen carry him back, see, they make fun of Forrest Gump. This nigga was running. Who was running? Was it Forrest? Forrest was running back. They make fun of that. But see, that's what a soldier is about. This nigga's running into the line of fire to go grab his buddy who ain't got no fucking limbs. That's what this shit is about, man. And here's what happened, okay? Most High gave all of you niggas out there playing games, he gave you a fucking warning. You're on the battlefield and the shit's real now. All right? So warn them from Ezekiel 3 and 16. I gotta do this by memory, and my memory is going bad by the day. Okay? Ezekiel, this might not even be it. Give me a warn them from me if it's not Ezekiel 3 and 16. 17, Salaki, I don't know. Man. Most High gave us a glimpse. What did he? He gave us a warning. Here's your warning. Guess what? The war has started. That was the warning. Did you see it? Did you catch it? Everybody saw it, but did you understand what was being said through the Spirit? The war. He let you niggas go with a warning. You're on the battlefield now. Quit playing. Ezekiel, boy, this shit. And see, the whole thing with me, I'm just the old man hanging on, okay? And this is what they said about me. You can't only talk about war. This was more than 10 years ago because that's all I know, right? Everybody has their lot, right? And mine is to say this: I ain't no goddamn army man. But I will tell you this: better stay your ass off the fucking battlefield, motherfucker, because all you got to do is not have your head down and you're done. Oh, I forgot to have my head down or to be low crawling and you're gone. It's just that simple, Salaki. I know I've talked too much. I'm just excited. 3. Yep, that's it. Let me check the brother. Yep, see, he's all looking. God. Look at it. the water. Okay, let me get in there. Let me bring out Ezekiel and I'm gonna get up in there. So, I'm kind of going in the spirit, so forgive me if I'm everywhere. But the whole IUIC in Kenya thing clip, it was a warning. Okay? And here's the warning. Okay, warn them from me. Let's get that. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Here's the warning, okay? The war has started, okay? What war? Well, who ran? who was not where they were supposed to be? Who could have got wiped out? Okay? You boys playing games out there, you have no clue what you're doing. And here's the thing, those Hamites, they knew that you fucking clowns were unarmed and out there looking, just shouting. Look at, they're like this, get these niggas, pop a couple of grenades on these clowns and get them. If they wanted to get you, it would have been pop, brrr, brrr. You didn't hear one shot. So they just scared your stupid asses off the street. Those dudes are in combat. The way they threw smoke and then flashbangs in that time, right? Right after pop, the flashbang, you should have heard automatic weapon fire, at which point you should have assessed the situation. These idiots, right, don't have an escape. What is the escape plan? What happens if we come under fire? Those things weren't discussed. That's not a military, that's not an army, but yet here you are marching, calling cadence, hitting corners, and doing all manner of ridiculous shit in fatigues and boots. What the fuck are you doing? That was a warning to all Israel. What are you doing? Oh, you're playing. Okay? Now, okay, the whole world done seen these damn clowns marching around playing, right, with whatever town you're in. New York Police Department is escorting you around the Save Mart Center or whatever the fuck. You got a police escort because that's the only way it works. So you could put out these deep fakes of how powerful an army you are without a weapon. What did the Most High do? He made a damn clown out of your little nothing-ass army. Because this is not a game. Okay? Where does it tell you to square up with the Hamites? Get on a plane, go stand in the Hamite's face, and when he shoots tear gas on you, what do? You open up. Where is that? Well, you didn't even plan for that. What did you plan for? Did you make a plan at all? You're in there screaming in a Hamite's face, and they got automatic weapons. So I'm gonna try not to rant. So like, I'm gonna read the brother's precept. I'm gonna try not to rant because this is gonna be hard. All right, it's gonna be hard. So, Salakia, bear with me. I'm gonna start from the top. Probably way behind. 24 and 6. Wars and rumors of wars, and on down. Yes, sir. Okay. I'll get that, and then we'll go to second. War and rumors of war. War and threats. War and news. This is the book of Matthew. And we're living Matthew right now. 24. We're living Matthew 24 right now. The stock market is gone. All right. If the plunge protection team is not doing a deep fake on your ass right now, Matthew 24 and 6, and you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. There's that famous line, that cliche, right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. No, you got to go through Jacob's trouble, dude. You're trying to fight in World War III. What are you doing? First of all, the 2/3 have their own fight. Right here, Babylon the Great, on the Civil War, right? The race war. They got that whole thing. What are you doing? You're supposed to be circumcised. You're supposed to be in the truth. First, you're supposed to be home, right? Spreading some of that money out, right? Because the end is here. Can't you tell? What are you doing? What happens to your money now? Did you warn your congregation that tomorrow could be the bank holiday? Are you warning your people of what is about to happen, or they have absolutely no clue because you got money and they're mesmerized behind that? What do you have to do to keep or continue to fly, spend your money, participate in the new world order that you're clearly part of? You got to take that C-hip that you're acting like has nothing to do with where this whole paradigm is going. And you're a clown right now. You're on, the whole world is watching you, Mr. Israel, Mr. Clown. Who paid you, okay? Who gave you money to go set up a school to preach the name Jesus, right? Instead of, right, going over there and doing. If you went over there with the name Yahushua in your mouth, we wouldn't have said shit. Okay? But what you're doing is you're being a Christian missionary. We see you're being a Christian missionary. You're doing the work of Esau Edom. You're going over there and teaching black what? It doesn't matter if he's black or white. What does black mean? He wasn't black. He's brown. So you're lying on the scriptures. Oh, but that's what we understand today. That's a lie. We understand that we're brown. We understand that whole black thing is a lie. So why are you saying black Jesus? That's two lies. And you got permission to go do that. From the slave master. Took the Negro Bible with you and went to go do the work of the slave master, who allowed you to look as though you have some money. And the first mistake you make, right, which I don't believe you getting ran out and you sending troops into the line of fire. I don't believe that was a mistake. Okay. So like, this is a brand new Bible. Well, it was. Let me continue. I got a pocket knife, right? Pulled it out. A dog startled me. I pulled the pocket knife out. The pocket knife slipped right out of my hand. I'm like, I need some grip, right? So straighten up these pages. All right, 24. Let me carry on. Salaki, I'm everything. Yeah, they you can only talk about war, is what they used to say, right? I'm like, you know what? All I got to do is keep preaching about the war, and eventually we'll be in World War III, right? 10 years later, or however, it's probably a lot longer than that. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There should be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay? Let me say this. All right? We all know what a embargo, right? Is embargo popping right now? This is what China said. China said that they're going to put a blockade on the U.S. China's going to block. So embargo, that's talk about financial, right? I'm going to block your money, and that's a financial thing. Blockade, that's a military thing. And this is what China said yesterday. China said they're going to blockade. What is? Okay, let me give you an example of what a blockade is. It's exactly what it says it is. All right. See, like in Gaza right now, right? The small hats, what they're doing, they're blocking the aid from getting to the Gazans, right? Let's call it a blockade, right? So, what's going to happen to America right here when China puts this? We finna block that aid, nigga. They finna put a block. Type that in. China set to blockade. Let me read that again. For nation, this is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, blockade, and pestilences, blockade. My wife, who is a RN, she's like, you know what that's gonna do when China blocks that fucking fentanyl, just street dope. When they block that aid, they got not Kool-Aid. Pharmaceuticals, supplies. She was like, you know what's going to happen? I was like, yeah. They're going to block that aid. Okay, famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. See, it takes on a new meaning when you understand the words like blockade, which is military, and you're in World War III, and niggas are getting chased off the battlefield fighting a carnal war with no weapon in their hand. You fucking idiots. Idiots, man. Anyway. So lucky, I was trying not to get excited. So let me calm down. Get some watermelon. Forgive me. Second Timothy. Slovakia. The water to the ark. 2 and 3. 2 and 4. Second Timothy. Way behind. Here we go. All right, this is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. The brother Isaiah Awa, Idaho. The beloved brother, by the way, who I'm learning so much from. Temperance. This whole soldier thing. Okay, he's going to say be a good soldier, but you got to be a good spiritual soldier. You could get confused really quick. Look, man, you don't want to be on the battlefield. Okay? You don't. So anybody strapping on boots and fatigues, talking about you're going out there to squeeze triggers, there's people that really want to do that. They want to get down in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And them Russians, they specialize in this. They love it. And you don't. Nigga, you don't want to get in the mud, right? And wait with paint on your face and you're cold. Niggas don't like that. You don't do it, but you don't want to do it. Okay? They want to do it. This is what they do. You don't understand. What did the Most High made this devil his sword? What do you not understand about this? He made you to lay your black ass down in a tent. What do you not understand about it? And here you are, strapping on boots, going out to stand in front of him. Ham whooped your ass for years. Okay? That Egypt, nigga, that was Ham. Okay? They whooped your ass. The only way you got out of that one is the Most High came to your rescue. What is wrong with you? Not that. See, here's what Most High ain't fighting for us here. What are you doing? We only win when we gotta have the ark. Most High gotta be on our side. Nigga, we are catching hell. You got your ass ran. You will not be defended because of your non-belief. You're a non-believer. Oh shit. It's great. 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. See, a nigga will read that and get it twisted. The nigga start grunting when you hear that. Be a good Yahushua wasn't grunting. He told Peter, put the weapon down. Here's how you be a good soldier, a good spiritual soldier. Put the weapon down and put your head in the gear. See, a nigga don't understand. Here's how you be a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Understand that he's the example. First, take a good beating, torture. First, you're going to get your ass straight kicked. This is how you be a good soldier. Endure. What does it mean, endure hardness? Oh, no. It means get ready for the fucking ass whooping. And I'm going to stick my whole foot up in your ass. And after that, I'm going to string you up on a tree. Endure hard. That's what it means. Because the niggas thinking carnally. No. Yahushua showed you how to fight in the spirit. And you're going to get your ass kicked on any battlefield except for the spiritual one. And you're suiting up in this. You got the helmet that says spiritual. The shield is all spiritual. So a nigga strap on boots and go out and think that the Most High is going to protect. No, stupid. You got to be creeping. See, here's what you weren't taught. Your commander didn't teach you how to fucking retreat. Retreat is retreat. You got to know. You got to know when. There's a time, Ecclesiastes 3:1, there's a time for everything. There's a time to back down. There's a time to retreat. There's a time to walk away and come back and fight another day. You haven't been trained at anything. Nigga, Sun Tzu is gonna get your ass fucking killed. Yahushua, nigga. Niggas are stupid, man. See? We're fighting a spiritual battle now. Okay? Now, old man who once upon a time was a soldier who knows he can't fight no more. Understand? I'm not hey nigga, no. I'm old, man. Now, here's how you fight that spiritual. Please give me that spiritual power so I can rise up as an old man and whoop that ass in a spiritual fashion. Okay? Protect family. So if you get that spiritual power, your mind isn't, I'm going to go do everything that it knows. You got a job to do. When that program, see, like you're in the Matrix or whatever, and you're ready to, and you get the programming to be able to fight. Well, when the program for spiritual power comes in, nigga, it comes with some rules. Yeah, I get to go harass all of my old, whoever made me, picked on me when I was a kid. I'm like, no. see, no, Alizar, you don't get spiritual power. Fucking they talked about my hair. My hair line. You like a fucking ogre. No wonder you're out there using the word of the Lord deceitfully. Goddamn troll. Before the internet, what was a troll before the internet came out? There's this nigga right here. Salaki. Second Timothy 2 and 3. Therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life. Okay, what is that? World War III. Okay, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. If you're a soldier for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're a spiritual soldier. You have spiritual weapons. Okay, even when, if you're out whooping ass, right, because you got spiritual power, you're fighting a spiritual battle, stupid. In other words, you got to be spiritual to get spiritual power. And when you do, you won't be carnal. You'll be walking and doing everything in the spirit. You'll be a spiritual being. You won't be carnal anymore. You won't be having carnal thoughts. You got such a, with that kind of power comes great responsibility. So you can best believe that no Nigardian of the galaxy will be receiving. And therefore, I'm like this, okay, so I better get good on my feet, right? Or do a whole lot of repentance and looking in the mirror. Okay, second Tim, okay, all right. The water, bro. Because I talk a lot. Man, you're on the battlefield now, nigga, what? What now? See, you know what being on the battlefield is about? Thinking and being wise. Okay? It's so easy to walk into a booby trap. It's so easy to die on the battlefield, man. It's easy. And with today's technology, come on, man. Who wants to be out there? Okay, that's not even your instruction. I know that fools hate instructions, right? Why are you being a fool? Why are you walking? Here it is. Russia is fighting against the Ukraine. These niggas in fringes walk out onto the fucking battlefield like you got a part in there somewhere. If you're an Israelite, where's you? You don't have no damn army. Your army is the angels, stupid. They that be with us. You're walking on the battlefield like, nigga, you're going to be defended. You got the wrong name. You're blaspheming, making fun. Now you're being made fun of. If you niggas don't wake up right now, see, this is coming for everybody. You're going to get caught out there and you're not going to be defended. Okay? And it is what it is. So, it looks like, oh, it came on. Wow, it came on. Okay, Slocky, bear with me while I try to calibrate this thing. So, let's see. Wow, I can't believe it. Call hello, Yahweh Shemina Shabbat Shemina. Can't believe it. Well, this little Energizer battery here. They call it a power generator, solar generator. Wow, look at that! I'm on, y'all. What did I want to look up? I forget. Well, I don't have anything to look up there. Nonetheless, it'll come to me. Brother over there turning his meat. Offer some watermelon. No, he's gonna think I want some meat, but I don't. I'm good. All right. Let's just go right here real quick, since I'm here. See, people don't understand. I'm gonna go here, and you know what? The Spirit took me here. Call halal Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem. Ecclesiastes 3, right? Wow. Start at 1. See, because we read this, right? And it's kind of routine. If you've been reading this for 17 years, right? And some of us have. 3. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. And here's how you do it, right? You do it in succession. Read 3 and 1. Shortly after you read 3 and 8, right? But now it means something. Why? Because that thing came to pass. All right? The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. It's coming to pass right now. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. Jump down to 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. World War III, okay? Ask Nate right now, who's confounded and confused, looking stupid right now. The world over, he's looking stupid. Well, this big old army, they got chased off the fucking battlefield. They're like bitches. What happened? That's a bad look. All them people, all that was proud of you. Oh, yeah, but that's a bad look, man. Bunch of bitches. Bunch of idiots, not wise at all. Okay? Looking stupid. 8 again, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We're in World War III. You got people trying to represent all of Israel. All eyes are on you, and you're making stupid moves, making us all look bad from what you call the top. Okay? No, you're not representing us looking bad like that. We don't take weapons to camp. We don't wear fatigues and boots. And you know what? 10 years, when I came into this thing, you know, when I got out of the service, right, I was proud. I couldn't wait to wear my boots and my fatigues after I got out, right? Not for Uncle Sam or for the USA, but for me, right? I thought I was that guy out there. And soon found out that I'm about to get myself killed walking around with my chest out like that. I had to put that shit down, and it took years, and you know, I'm still struggling with it. You get yourself hemmed up, that's Esau's thing, man. Right? Trust me, fighting at 60, don't want to do it. That day after is terrible. But here's the point. Yes, we're going to get that spiritual power. Yes. Okay, but when we do, it ain't going to be no damn street fighting or nothing like that. You'll have an agenda. The Spirit will be on you, and you're going to be needed in so many important places that you won't have time to fulfill your stupid, lustful desires that you'll no longer even have. You'll be operating at a whole different frequency. Anyway, so stay off the battlefield, okay? You're fighting a spiritual battle, all right? You're supposed to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, okay? What wisdom did we see? That was an example, an ensample, okay, of what not to do. Who are you going to follow into battle? All right? As a soldier, I'm like this. Let me sit back and watch. Am I going to let General Yohana lead me? Am I going to follow this dude in hell? No. Am I Nate Satan? Okay? Check this out. I'm a grown-ass man. And I can look at a man and say, am I going to follow you into battle or not? Am I going to, you know, if it's time to go into battle and I'm part of a unit, right, I will know before we go into battle whether I can follow that man into battle or not, okay? And if I'm all the way up to it's time to go to battle, then if I followed him that far, then, you know, apparently I approve. But, you know, you just don't follow somebody that has no fucking clue what they're doing, all right? You have to trust that person. That person has to be of sound mind. See, usually when you go into battle and you're a zealot, right, usually you're fighting for the honor of your God, right? Okay, so who is Nate's God? Right? Well, it's in his name. His God is not Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? He'll tell you that is not his God. He'll tell you who his God is and why. Two different gods, right? A different, let's get that Salakia. I know I'm just rolling. A different Yahweh Shai. Let me see if I can get that. On the alternate phone. A different Salakia, bear with me. Sorry, ENT. Come on. Second Corinthians 11 and 4. Let's see if I can read it. The upright position. This is 2 Corinthians, Salakia, bear with me. 2 Corinthians 11 and 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushai, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. Salakia. Salakia, bear with me. Bear with him, for if he that cometh, you might well bear with him. It's not moving. Come on, man, move forward. It's not moving forward. 5. For I suppose I was not a whit behind the very chiefest apostle. So anyway, Nate is preaching another Yahushua, or not, he's not even preaching Yahushua, right? He's preaching earth pig. Okay, so what do you do with that? You follow that into battle. Okay, and here's what I'm saying, all right? Here you have a vintage video of this guy breaking down the name perfectly, right? And when you're a 60-year-old man with discernment, you're like this, well, why is he not doing that now? There's only one reason, man. Okay? This dude is walking around getting on horses and being extravagant and flying. And there's only one reason. I'm going to follow. I'm going to do what this dude is sitting back. He's not out there with me. You know who's out there? The elder apostle Tahar is out there. I would hold post. I'd be like this, old man. Stand down over there. You understand? Because I know that the Spirit is dealing with him, because it's not about him, it's about the Spirit that's coming through him, that you know, whatever's left in this old body, I'll fight, you know, whatever fighting means. Now, here's what it means. Okay, for me, for an old man who's been trained, right? Who's alone, right? Here's what that spells. Okay, well, somebody's got to be a fucking tunnel rat, dude. Who's gonna be a tunnel rat? Any one of them bitches running away? Okay, see, because instead of running, somebody should have been laying down cover fire and providing an exit. But nobody shot, right? So it was fugazi, it wasn't real. Because they didn't have any. What are you doing out there without a weapon? Now you're getting fired upon, right? Pop Smoke is not a rapper, nigga. Pop Smoke is a fucking military commander. And niggas are playing. Pop Smoke, nigga. Niggas shooting around corners. See? Game time is over. Okay? This is not cops and robbers. Yeah, nigga, nigga, we train. Nigga, this is not cops and robbers, boy. This is Adolf Hitler, nigga. Okay, this isn't cops and robbers. This is fire and maneuver. Okay? This is tactics. This is training. Okay? Lifelong training for this shit. SEALs and all of that. Special forces and all of that shit. And you talk about we training in the hood, playing cops and robbers. Nope, guess what? Your ass is on the fucking battlefield now, right? And guess what? Ham is right here, looking at his brothers. Ham is looking at his brothers, chasing Nate's ass off the battlefield, laughing. Yeah, we see these niggas right here in New York. We gotta get them as soon as the blue hats come out. Where's the booty clappers at? Bring them in, right? They sitting here waiting, and they know how to use them weapons. They know you don't know how. They're not shooting around corners. They're firing and maneuvering. They're here and they're ready. Here, you don't have to go to Kenya to get that. There's troops here. Okay? There are troops here. Chinese troops, Arab troops. You know, like the ones that fought our wars over there. Now they're over here, right? Because they really want to get paid. and who's paying them? Deep State paying them right here to do whatever they're about to do. So you want war on the battlefield? You want to fight a carnal war? You niggas want to take your guns out to camp and all of that. Guess what? Take your gun to camp now. Now that the war has started, right? You think we could keep taking our weapons out here in Babylon because that was over there. Keep doing that. Keep thinking that they ain't here and it's already started. Keep doing it. You saw how Ham came at this. Oh, you're the Hebrew Israelites talking with a microphone. There's your warning. The war has been. There's your warning. And see, a bunch of you, you don't understand what the hell is going on. It's a spiritual warfare. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What the hell do you think that means? And then a nigga will take a whole assault rifle to camp. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. The nigga's standing there with seats and a fucking t-shirt. Anybody with a t-shirt and fringes right now, you just were made to look stupid in camp. Guess what? We don't. This should have been a little longer down to the foot, but we had some problems with length up here, so I might have to extend it, right? But the effort was sincere. Um, how do we get out of here? War. There's nothing but war left from here. That's what the message was. Look, war started. There's nothing left but war. You're gonna run right up into the crossfire. That's what they. Let's run up into the crossfire because World War III has started. No, stupid. It's what being a pilgrim is about. Okay, you go away from where the shooting is. Stupid. You go away from where they're forcing you to take a microchip. You don't fucking go to the FEMA camp, right? If you wind up in the FEMA camp, guess what? Your head gets chopped off instead of thinking that you're going back because the MOTB is not to see him. You're an idiot. You're a damn idiot. I forgot where I was going now. Maybe it'll come. Forgive me for being everywhere. I'm going to read this. Because this is really the time that we're in, right? I know there's some soldiers, right, in GMS. And when I say that, I mean trained military soldiers, right? And you know, are they dangerous? They're dangerous because of their honor, because of their loyalty. Those are the things that they were trained in, right? When you're a grunt, you're really dependent on your buddy, okay? And if your buddy, right, you could not like this dude, but if he's gonna make it home, he knows that you guys gotta be working together. So there's integrity, honor, there's these things, right, that allow you to go out onto the battlefield. You don't go out there as an individual. You don't go out there without training. You don't go out there without wisdom, okay? When you go into the military, the first thing you do, you count the cost. First thing you have to accept is this: I might die. I might die. War come around, I might die in the military. You understand? So for me, here we are. We're at the end. Okay? Guess what? I might die. If I do, on this battlefield, it's going to be in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. I might have to be a martyr. Hey, train for it. All right? You got to have integrity to step up and be a fucking tunnel rat, man. And I know. There's some. I see them out there, right? I'll name some. The elder Malcolm, the elder Barack in L.A., the, the elder Apostle of Ramlab, right? You wouldn't know it, but see, you wonder. See, the elder Apostle of Ramlab, his energy, right? He's real quiet, and you would never know what kind of fierce energy he has. Every now and then he'll remind you that he was in the service, and it says a lot, right? His demeanor, his quiet demeanor, you'll step up on him and he got some, right? You'll never know. You never know who's been trained, right? So anyway, this thing is going to end in war. All right. How does this thing end? It ends with the war. All right. So why did I choose war early? I'm like this. All I got to do is focus on this war thing. This was so many years ago now, right? And everybody that had their training, understand, you're in this thing right now, you're like this. That's exactly what Most High trained me for this. Right? I tell my wife and my 16-year-old, I'm like, look, 16-year-old, Dad, lecture me. I'm like, I thought I was being your dad, right? But I figured out what it is. Every word out of my mouth, right, has to do with making it through Jacob's trouble. So when I'm talking to my loved ones, I'm like, look, we gotta have some water. We gotta have this little bag. We gotta be, gotta be ready to go, or whatever. Every word. You've been with me for 15 years. You've got 15 years worth of training how to make it through Jacob's trouble, because that's just the way I talk. Every word out of my mouth is, here's how you build a hooch. Here's how you build a hooch, right? Dad, you're lecturing them, like, guess what? Here we are. You're trained. You're ready for this. You're ready for Jacob's trouble. Second Ezra 14:13. Now, therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee the mortal thoughts. Salah. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Here's what we got to do. You got to walk in the spirit, because we're in the spiritual war. You got to put on that whole armor, right? And you got to put off now the weak nature. It's not time for bitches. Like this little punk that came on. What do you mean? What does Mary have to do with them fleeing? Well, look, pussy. If you understood what a pussy was, see, we can't even call a pussy, or a faggot. You understand? So you didn't understand what I'm saying. So you couldn't be no pussy back in the day, right? No, they bring you out of that real quick, right? But now, right now, all right, anyway. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. What does it mean to flee from these times? No, it means to go out on the battlefield with no weapon, nigga, while they're shooting 7.62 ball ammunition back and forth at each other, throwing grenades and shooting M203s at you. And you got a 12 tribe sign that's wrong, by the way, and you're trying to hide behind it like that's body armor. You're a straight clown. You guys looking straight clownish and buffoonish. And here's the point. 2 Ezra 14 and 16. For yet greater evil than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. What does that mean? What does it mean that greater evils shall be done thereafter? Second Corinthians 10 and 4. Those over here eat. Look out. Was it 2 Corinthians 2 and 4? Wrong book. Make sure. 10 and 4. Salakia. If it ain't an old sword, it's a new sword. I can't turn the page. It's an old sword. Can't turn the page. Just can't turn the page. Give the old school mark. 10 and 4. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Here we go. I'm going to start at 3. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the. What are you doing what are you doing out there? What are you guys doing out there without? You thought you could walk onto the battlefield, shout at somebody, threaten. Wars and rumors of war, wars and threats. There was rumors that you guys were coming. Let's go out and see what these niggas. Now you screaming and threatening people, raising your voice, right? Being proud, bold, and unruly, disrespectful, right? 10 and 4. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Okay, what are we talking about here? Casting down imaginations against knowledge. Okay, not fighting each other. What is this talking about? What war? We're talking about knowledge. We're talking about truth. These strongholds. Okay. How do you win this war? Well, you must first understand that it's a spiritual war. It's not a carnal war. The Most High has the issues of life and death and gives them to his son. You understand? So it's not a life or death thing, right? It's about the Most High's plan, if you will, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That, I mean, other than that, we're just actors in a Shakespeare, and everybody's playing their role with a predetermined outcome, of which we know. So why aren't you acting like you're gonna win? How do you wind up being Alazar in a drama that you already know the end to? Like this, oh shit, it's looking like I'm gonna be him. I better turn into him. So that I wind up being this guy with 30, 50 pieces of silver. Now I gotta go hang myself. Like, how did you wind up with 50 pieces of silver when you know that's the wrong way? The wrong way, right? Uh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. We don't war after the flesh. Here's how you win. You want to win? See, a nigga's not looking for the win. Here's how you win. You die. Lay down your life for your brother. Going back to that soldier. Okay. A soldier is going to lay down his life for his brother because he was trained to do that. Not run off the battlefield like a bitch and you don't care. You just save your own life. No, that means you're untrained and you're going to die because you let somebody gas you up and put you on the battlefield and you have no clue what the hell you're doing. The elder apostle Tahar would never put us out there. Really, he's going to leave it up to you, right, to have spiritual discernment. And when you fuck up and do something stupid and carnal, you get kicked out because we don't get out like that, right? And any man of honor or any man of the elect, we'll just say it like that, wouldn't do some stupid shit like bring a damn machine gun to camp. Man, come on. Come on. And if you did that and you know now that it was stupid and you repent, okay, and you repent, right? Pray for forgiveness. You still might have a chance because we understand that there's a few of you that have to come out of that ridiculous shit. But you better do it quick because goddamn the war has started. You're gonna find yourself out there with a fitted hat, nigga, and you're on the two-way rifle range, right? But you're playing cops and robbers, and this guy, what do they call it? The UN. This guy from the UN, he's been trained on firing and maneuver tactics, right? His weapon is zeroed. How about that? He got a bolo badge that says he passed the criteria to shoot you square in the ass and not miss. He's trained. Okay? And you should be trained enough to know that's not where you're going. I keep it in my head right now, I'll remember it. This is 2nd Ezra 40. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. And then we're going to go. Okay, here's your destiny. Here's where you should be thinking. Not, I'm going to get on the battlefield and fight in World War III. You're stupid. You're an idiot. What a damn idiot. Second Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. Nigga, you gotta, here's your battle. Look at this. Here's your battle. Salakia. Hold that and go to Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and 7. Here's your instruction right here, idiot. Go to Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and 7. See, because a nigga, boy, don't you know that the war has started? You haven't, not only do you despise instruction, you haven't been instructed. Okay, well, now you want this more. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. If you were wise at all, you wouldn't have had your men on the battlefield. Okay. Here's your instruction. You ready? You're a fool. You hate wisdom. But they say, oh, don't take wisdom. Is that ISUPK? Listen close. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Here's your instruction. Listen close. Make you ready to thy battle, your battle. Not the 2/3, but you're out there fighting the 2/3 battle. What does that make you, the 2/3? Make you ready to the, here's the elect, the battle of the elect. Here's, who is thy? The elect, the hopeful elect. How about that? Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. What's your battle? And be even as pilgrims upon the earth. That means the battle's over there. I got my sack on. I got my rucksack, nigga. Now I'm going to use my marching feet. And I'm going to use stealth and guile to go that way, away from that battle. My battle is to be a pilgrim upon the earth. Did you get the instruction? So we gave you the warning. Warn them from me. We started out there. Now here's the instruction. It's not your battle, idiot. Your battle is spiritual. I mean, walk this way, okay, with wisdom. And follow these instructions. Be even as pilgrims. What does that mean? All right, you're a religious man on a journey. Not some, this is what it means to be a good soldier, all right? You go this way. And if you get grabbed up, you find yourself in a concentration camp, get ready to be tortured and put to death. That's what it means to be a good soldier. And then go this way. That's the battle we're fighting. It's a spiritual. It's not a carnal one where you run in and grab the flag like glory, nigga. Old glory, right? Oh, no. Yahweh shot. Put the weapon down. Put the machine gun down at camp, nigga. While I go over here and get the shit beat out of me, and then they're gonna hang me, and then we win. What do you not understand about that? See, niggas don't understand that. You are a bunch of guardians of the galaxy that don't know how to win a spiritual battle when the prime example is there for everybody to see, but you ain't having none of it. All right, so anyway, back to, see, they teach you how to become a PO. When you get caught, name, rank, and serial, that's training, okay? They're gonna rip your fingernails out. They're gonna do all of that. This is what it means to endure hardness as a good soldier. But yeah, I didn't sign up for that. Guess what, nigga? It's too late because you're on the fucking battlefield. You're on the battlefield and they shoot there. At least there's gas, right? And you're gonna be right out there on Saturday on the 5th, right in the middle of a battlefield that you can't even see, and get pop shots and Esau out there, pop, 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 and niggas out there with fringes and skipping. Talk about hands off or some shit. Salakia. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Salakia. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is Philippians 2 and 12. In the pot. Philippi. We're to the Philippi. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work up your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. So you grunts out there, you might have to man the fuck up and go be a tunnel rat, or at least time to step up and be a martyr. Don't you know what to do. Just be remember your training. All right. So with that, we hope that the electorate edified. And face the east and say, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakako Dash Barakah. Right? No honor to the other apostles and other bishops, GMS, even the others that came before them, because it's truth. Shalom and salutation to all brothers out pushing the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, the 144,000 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, shalom.